it's Brooke Ronhavdi, Information Seeker. I'm here at Doane University and I am following a potential lead on a cerebral palsy scavenger hunt that will be happening here on campus. As a future teacher, it's important to know about cerebral palsy so that we can serve our students who have that disability. I saw an informational poster about cerebral palsy right before this, so I know the basics, but I still want to learn more. Let's get hunting and see what we can find. It's our first clue. To learn more about cerebral palsy and cognitive functioning, go to a place where you learn. Oh, that's probably a classroom. Let's go!
Hello, I'm Mariah and I'm here to tell you about the impact of cerebral palsy on cognitive functioning.
What is cognitive functioning?
Cognitive functioning is a person's ability to think through things using information stored in their brain. Cognition influences and controls the following areas: attention span, comprehension, decision making, difficulty processing emotions and feelings, language skills, learning, memory, problem solving, recognition, and speech proficiency.
How does cerebral palsy impact someone's cognitive functioning?
People with CP don't necessarily have impaired cognitive functioning skills. CP is a physical impairment. However, it's caused by damage to certain parts of the brain, and cognition takes place in the brain. Hence, it can lead to impairment with this function. Cognitive impairment many times comes from problems at or during birth. 30 to 50% of people with CP have some type of cognitive impairment, and the more severe their CP, the greater the chance of cognitive impairment.
Thank you so much for teaching me more about the effects of cerebral palsy on cognitive functioning. I will see you later.
You are very welcome. Here is your next clue.
Oh boy. Now that you know more about the effects on the brain, you need to go to a place where students go to be social. That sounds like the Perry Campus Center.
Welcome. I hear you're on a scavenger hunt to learn more about cerebral palsy. You've come to the right place. Have a seat and I can tell you more about how cerebral palsy affects the socio-emotional functioning.
I'm so happy I found you, Paxton. Please tell me more.
CP has a relatively low effect on a person's socio-emotional functioning. Like anyone else, they just want to fit in and be treated like a normal person. The biggest thing that can affect somebody with CP is that they can have very low self-esteem and a very low self-negative image. It is very important to try and include them in all normal class activities as much as possible, and to try and help them build a more positive self-image. Next clue is right over there.
Oh boy, another clue. You need to go to a place that you function in day to day. That is probably a dorm room.
Hi Brooke, my name is Jerica. I'm so glad you made it this far in your scavenger hunt. Would you like to know more about how CP affects individuals on a day-to-day basis?
Hi Jerica, I would love to hear some more information. What do you have?
This disability affects a person's posture, balance, ability to move, communication, eating habits, sleeping routine, and learning ability. However, all of these symptoms differ depending on the person and how severe their case is. Many times, people with CP experience uncontrolled or unpredictable movements, muscle stiffness, and unsteadiness.
That's so interesting. Please tell me more.
Common day-to-day functioning can become very challenging for such individuals. Tasks like eating and drinking, for example, become very difficult due to the lack of balance and steadiness. It can also affect sleep schedules, including muscle spasms, skeletal pain, and decreased ability to change body position. This disability can also affect eyesight, resulting in turned eye or squinting, and also lead to hearing impairments. Some learning disabilities that may be expected from people who have CP could be short attention span, motor planning difficulties, language usage, a lack in fine motor skills, classroom skills, and trouble communicating with people around them. Hopefully this gives you a better understanding of how difficult it may be for people with CP to function on a day-to-day basis. I think I saw your next clue laying right here.
Thanks, Jerica. Boy, am I learning a lot on this hunt. Here's my clue. Lastly, you need to go to a place that you will teach in. There you will find your last piece of information. A place that I will teach in, that must be a classroom. Let's go! I think we have found our last piece in the Cerebral Palsy scavenger hunt.
Hey Brooke, this is our last stop on the Cerebral Palsy scavenger hunt. I know you're probably sad that this is coming to an end, but I have a little bit more information to share with you about the education of individuals with cerebral palsy. Since you are a future teacher, I think this is something you would like to know.
Just perfect. Please tell me more.
One of the most consistent strategies that you can be using is to be clear and brief. This is because students with cerebral palsy can have a hard time concentrating and staying focused. They also could have a difficult time following multiple instructions. When giving instruction, the teacher should use multiple ways to relay the information so the student can retain it. This includes oral, visual, or written. This should work well because it will allow the students with CP to have multiple different ways that they can retain the information. Students with CP benefit from structure and routine. A teacher should write on the board what is going to happen that day so they can prepare for the day. Teachers also need to integrate their students with CP with building friendships and social interactions. Talking slower to your student will also help. However, the key thing to do, as Paxton said earlier, is to make sure that your student feels equally included and involved in your classroom. Most students with cerebral palsy can spend a majority of their day in the classroom with little special education services, depending on the type of CP that they have. It is your job as their teacher to make them feel included.
Thank you, Nathan. Are there any controversial issues surrounding educating students with cerebral palsy?
Not really. Cerebral palsy is pretty straightforward disability. The main thing that you have to make sure to do is communicate with those assisting your student, whether it's occupational therapists, special education teachers, parents, and administrators. Communication is key. Problems and controversies arise when lack of communication occurs. Make sure that they are accommodating for your student, whether it be making sure that everything is physically accessible, using adaptive technology for physical and intellectual needs, or anything else on the laundry list of potential services for your student. You are the biggest advocate for them in the classroom, and it is your job to make sure all of your students' needs are met.
There is so much I can do to help my students and create an inclusive environment for everyone. Thanks, Nathan. Well, now that I'm done searching, I feel like I know a lot more about cerebral palsy, and I hope that you do too. For more information, you can go to www.cerebralpalsy.org. This is Brooke Ron Hobdy, scavenger hunter and information seeker, signing off.